Okay, time now is 8:17 a.m. on March 19th. I slept from 4:50 to 8:10, so that's like 3 hours ish. Yeah. Thank God I'm only going to the set for like one day. Yeah. So, yeah, as much as I'd love to hang out with Yao and chill with Cha, this is only for one day. Also, I have a sore throat, and I can feel that it's a big one. It started yesterday. I feel like here it's just a little raspy and dry. But now I think the sore throat is gonna get worse and worse. So yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Yesterday was somewhat productive. But I think that's because I didn't give myself that much to do. But yesterday was, quite productive. I finished a lot of things. I finally finished the film. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so tired. I need to sleep. Like, a lot. Tomorrow morning, please.
It's been a while. Yeah, we're gonna first up here. Being a dog.
Good. Everything's steamed. I'm gonna get her dressed. Where is it? Oh, they're both here, right?
Yeah, they're both.
Okay.
Sticking around now.
Great.
There is that risk that people that removal. Smile, frown, smile, frown. Oh no, wait 1 second. So, we don't want to overfill. And it wasn't that long since I last saw you, but we could put a tiny bit here. Smile. And then turn it off. Can you turn the light off? And then turn it on. Out of focus. And turn it off. And cut.
Cut.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
good. Thank you.
cut.
Please, like that.
Good?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Is there anybody else?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Action. This is going to burn a little. You did say you like pain.
Is this okay? Time now is 12:27 after midnight. Yeah, I am tired as hell and I have a sore throat, so hopefully this is over soon. So, yeah, I slept for a bit less than 3 hours today, and I went to, at 8:50, Linda picked me up and drove to South Central for a studio called CinePack, and I arrived a little bit later than 9 p.m., which is the call time. And here we go, my 5th set of the year. Yeah, I'm really fucking overdoing it. I really am. But, yeah. I arrived, and oh my god, was I tired. And I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I slept for less than 4 hours. Naturally, I would be tired, but I'm so tired. It's insane. So, and sore throat is getting worse. It started yesterday, and it was just like, it just feels dry. Like my larynx feels dry. Or my pharynx, I don't know. My pharynx feels just dry and a little, a little scorched. Today I'm beginning to feel it, and it's a little uncomfortable. So hopefully it doesn't get worse. I believe I've throat candy though. I do firmly believe in that. But anyways, I arrived on set, and it's like about 20 people, maybe even less than 20 people. It's a very small MFA set, largely because it's spring break and there's not a lot of people. But yeah, I met Yao, and Yao was like, "Hey, long time no see." I did see Yao very briefly last semester at The Corpses Are Laughing, but that's pretty much it. And the entire art department at that point is just her and me. When I looked at the call sheet, there were 3 other random names, but one of them didn't show up. One of them had an accident, like a car accident, and one of them got sick, apparently. So, and Cha is to arrive at 1 p.m. So yes, Cha is coming, but at 1 p.m. And the reason why Cha has a late call time is because they need to wrap the set, they need to strike the set, and if Cha arrives at 9 a.m. and the filming ends at 8 p.m. and it takes about 3 hours to wrap, then it'll end at 11 p.m. And to work from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. is against the rules, which is you can only work for 12 hours. So it's so crazy that, USC is really observing these rules. And even Yao told me, because Yao's call time is also 9 a.m., but Yao is rapping with Cha at 11 p.m. So Yao can actually leave for 2 hours, and Yao has to leave for 2 hours. And Yao ended up leaving for like 4 hours. So anyways, at some point they started rolling, and I was left to fend for myself. I am the entire art department. I had a headset on, and I was pretty attentive. The thing is, CC told me today would be a big filming day. That's false. It's not that big. In fact, it's a very simple set. It's a very nice enclosed set. It's very cold at the studio, but essentially this is like The Substance, but USC version, where a woman sits on it's like a dentist's office, but it's more of a surgery office, and today is all the scenes in that surgery office. And at first she arrives, and there's a doctor, and then it goes worse and worse, and then later in the script they come back. It's 5 scenes, but 5 very small scenes. And the PD is not that complicated, actually. There are a lot of big, chunky medical machines that are from prop houses, and like needles and LED lights, but that's pretty much it. Pit was so much more complicated in comparison. This is so much more simple in comparison. It's crazy how me, Alexis, and Christian pulled off Pit, because I feel like Pit is like for 5 or 6 people, honestly. Meanwhile, today I think 2 or 3 people could hold up pretty well. But yeah, and also by the time I arrived, all the medical machines and everything is in place already. I did like very small, trivial stuff like sticking up a poster, fixing some LED lights which were never used, and also sticking up this plaque which was never shown on camera because they decided to make the whole room super dark. So a lot of PD ended up being completely useless, which is like, I'm afraid, a tradition at this point. But yeah, and then at some point I realized they don't even need me that much, so I just sat on a chair and I just fell asleep. And oh my god, I was really like just asleep. And then later on I sat at the couch and I slept a little more. But I was also really attentive because while I was sleeping, I was also wearing the headset, so I'm literally hearing people talk and I still managed to fall asleep. And at some point somebody called my name, like Enoch, and I was immediately awake and I immediately went to set, but it's nothing. It's like just trivial, where are the syringes, you know? And yeah, one very interesting thing I learned though is that the BTS photographer Grace, as well as the director Ruth, who is this 30-something year old, maybe 40-something year old British woman, is that they went to my community college together. And at first I thought they were referring to a different community college, but no, they went to my community college. And that was before the pandemic, so that was like 2019 or something. And the British woman Ruth, she worked on a film 33, in fact, and she doesn't even remember the name. All she knows is that it's a story about 2 immigrants on a boat, which pretty much describes like every short film made in that college. But yeah, that's really interesting. And then I told them, oh, I was studying there in 2023 and it was like the worst film set ever. And she hates Kuchio. That's crazy. So I now have met people who have studied in the community college, who have taken film 33 in 2019, as I also know people who are taking film 33 in 2025. Generational, man. Generational. Yeah, so, that's that. And then at 1 p.m. Cha shows up. Cha just walks up to me and smiles and he's like, we meet again. And it was really nice. And then we talked a lot. Yao, Cha, and me, we talked a lot. We sat on the couch and just talked for like the rest of the film set. Like, we just talked about, and Cha, the thing is, I thought Cha left. I thought Cha went back to Indonesia permanently because her OPT ran out. And I was like, so you're on OPT? And she's like, yeah. And I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. And I was like, so your OPT's over? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, wait. Oh, so you're in your grace period? And she's like, yeah. So Cha graduated from CSUN in 2023. So 1 year later is 2024. That does not make any sense. Okay, maybe, I don't know. She told me she's graduating in 2023. And anyways, her OPT is ending, and her grace period is ending, and she has to go back to Indonesia in 2 weeks. Probably permanently. Which is really sad. So today is actually the last day I'll ever see her. Unless I visit Indonesia sometime within the next 20 years. But yeah. Yeah, wow, that's fucking sad. That when I went to Lock with Yao, Cha, and Frank, that was their second last time ever collaborating with Frank. And then today is basically the last time they're gonna be collaborating, Yao and Cha. So, pretty sad. But yeah. And then like Chow asked me like, what's the meaning of life? And I'm like, I don't know. We talked about movies a lot, and then Linda joined us a little more. And then we had lunch, which is a moon bowl, and it's like Korean food, but healthy. But my bowl is anything but Korean. It's fried chicken with rice, kale, and pineapple. If anything, it's Hawaiian, and it's an okay meal. I also had some coffee. There's no sugar. Had some trail mix. It's so dry. Had some potato chips. Also, from time to time today, Linda would speak to me in Mandarin, and by from time to time, I mean like twice or 3 times. Like she randomly, it's so weird too. Like I'm still not used to like randomly speaking Mandarin. Linda went up to me and asked me if I'm hungry in Mandarin when I was eating potato chips, and I was like "yi dian dian," which is a little bit. And then I talked about we talked about movies and movie titles, and I talked about Chinese titles in Mandarin. And then at the end, Linda asked me, "Have you finished it?" No, Linda came up to me and asked me to sign something, and was like, "Here, can you sign it?" But asked me in Mandarin. Yeah. And then the film set is supposed to end at like 9 p.m., but we wrapped at 7:30. Ruth is an incredibly fast director. Like for master shots and like wide shots, she would just do 2 or 3 takes and then she's done, which is something that I really appreciate. Yeah, and then she also shot all the scenes out of order. Like there are 5 scenes that take place in the same location, but she would shoot all the wide shots of all scenes, and then all the medium shots of all scenes, and then all the close-up shots of all scenes, depending on which one is more convenient, which is probably why it went really fast. But it went well. I also saw Dale Kim, who is this Korean guy I met during the Asian Pacific Islander Film Festival, who made the best film. And he didn't recognize me, but I was like, hey, I met you before. The first AD is from the same set as The Corpses Are Laughing. And then there's this grip who was like, I know you, I've seen you somewhere before, and I completely forgot about him. And then a little bit later, I checked on his phone. I searched my Instagram handle on his phone, and turns out he follows me already, and I'm like, what? Turns out I met him during the SCA SDA mixer. So, small world, it's all connected. Linda and Yao hasn't even seen each other before. That's hilarious. But yeah, I think I'm done for today. It was very chill. We just put stuff onto the truck at the end. I hugged Cha. I thought Cha would still be on the set until the end, and I thought maybe I should come back on the 23rd just so that I could see Cha for one last time. And Cha was like, no, I'm on a different set. I'll be on a vertical, and then I'll be leaving. So today's the last day. And I'm like, oh. So she hugged me, and then I left, and then that's it. Yeah, very sad. Lots of farewells. Similar thing with Justin, the Malaysian guy. But, yeah. Oh, well. We'll see. No time to feel sad. Again, like, I think since the beginning, since round 1, I've faced so much loss, and not deaths, but farewells. I've said so much farewells that I don't really feel that impacted by it. Yeah, it's sad, but like, it has to happen. It's like fate, you know. Anyways, came back home, took a shower, had dinner. So the next few days are gonna be a bit wonky, I must say. So I've decided to not go to set anymore. Like, I won't be back on the 23rd. I'm done. I know Yao needs help, but genuinely, I'm too tired for this. Secondly, tomorrow I have ALI meeting with TA4, and then it's gonna be 1.5 hours long, but I'm gonna call it 2 hours long, so I have to wake up early for that. At 7:30 p.m. there's a Zoom meeting with the PD of the music video, so that's another set. That's my next set. And then I want to go to the gym. Now, I want to have a haircut, and I've been debating myself, where do I want to have the haircut? Either tomorrow or the 21st, because 22nd and 23rd are dedicated to the Academy Museum, and 23rd is basically the last day of spring break. Yes, we have 4 days left. Today is day 6 of spring break, by the way, if you haven't noticed. But so far spring break has been eventful. I'm not complaining though. I've been going on sets, meeting people pretty much every day. Aside from yesterday, I think. So yeah. And then, so the only 2 days I can go to have a haircut is 20th and 21st. And I asked Rachel where to have a haircut, and she said Supercuts in this community college cosmetics department. And I'm honestly interested in neither. Turns out Supercuts is like a chain store. I just don't trust it that much. Honestly, given that my hair has been cut by 2 Asian people in the past, should tell me that I should just go to an Asian barber. And where do I find one other than Monterey Park? So, Justin T have been bugging me and telling me that we should go to Alice Kitchen because he misses Hong Kong food so much. And I agree, I want to go to Alice Kitchen one day too. So I thought to myself, why not just go to Monterey Park one day and then watch AMC, watch Papa, a new Hong Kong film at AMC, and then go have a haircut? And then we'll have dinner together. It'll be perfect, right? Justin T randomly told me he's going to Monterey Park today, and then he went anyways with his 2 other friends. So, and he's like, it's so expensive, I don't think I'll go again this week. So, I think I'll just go myself, which is fucking crazy because Uber's real expensive. So I'll do you one better. I'll take a bus there. I'll take a bus all the way to Monterey Park, have a haircut, and then Uber home. Or I'll Uber to a metro station and then take the metro home. I think that would save a lot of money. Either way, I'll go to Monterey Park myself, I'll have a haircut, and then I'll head back home. I won't be having dinner outside or anything. That's the plan. And that will be 21st, because tomorrow I already have shit to deal with. And I want to go head to the gym, actually. So 22nd, there's a religion minor advisement Zoom. After that, I'll immediately head out to have a haircut. So that's exciting. And then that's it. There are more discussion in the CAN WhatsApp group. I like that even though I've been so overwhelmed with film sets and personal projects and whatnot. I'm always on edge for Cannes Film Festival. Whenever there's anything new in the WhatsApp, I immediately check it, see it. So Sandrine today, so I basically asked the same question again, because Sandrine started sending out links of like possible places to live at. And it's this really fancy, luxurious, multi-bedroom villa, only 11 minutes away from Palais de Festival. And the booking, it says May 13th to 24th. So first of all, we don't have to live in such fancy places. If we live somewhere cheaper, farther away, it saves money. Second of all, 13th, really? So I asked the same question again. I was like, so should we maybe take a vote on whether we want to go on the 12th or 13th? And Sandrine was like, well, update your roster. Because in the roster it says, dates attending Cannes. So I assume it's like about the festival. Festival starts on the 13th. So I added the parenthesis, but I can arrive on the 12th. And then more and more people started changing. And about half of the people decided to arrive early on the 12th. And then the other half decided to arrive on the 13th, including Matt, I believe. So it's like half and half. Some people want to arrive on the 12th, some people want to arrive on the 13th. It's so trivial, but it's also so important because we're talking about booking accommodations. So, yeah, who knows? But the Cannes Film Festival competition lineup will be announced on April 10th, so I'll be waiting for that day patiently. I guess the final thing I'll say is, I don't know what the fuck to do for my next semester. I want to apply for AAA, but the thing is, I want to, like, overload myself with classes next semester, but I can't, because most of the classes I want to take are not there. An Asian horror, an acting class, and Mary Sweeney's class all overlap. Are you fucking kidding me? I want to take all three of them, and it's impossible. So, I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know what to do next semester. I'll be taking less than 16 units as opposed to more than 16 units, which is what I wanted to do. So I don't know. This means I'll be paying full tuition for spring 2026, which is fucking crazy, which is something that I really want to avoid, but I'm afraid I have no choice. My only hope is that Zen and Taoist literature makes it, and then our Romanian professor is teaching Romanian cinema, which is interesting. That overlaps David Lynch. That overlaps the Lynch class, which I also want to take because it counts into my major. So why all this conflict? Why not have more classes on Monday? I don't know, but this is kind of fucked. I don't know what to do. So I'll figure that out. And then that's it. I don't really have much to say. It appears that the next 4 days of my, of spring break is pretty much planned out. I'm still worried about Smooth Operator. I'll go on to Reddit and look for actors. I think that's the next thing I can do. And then I'll do the shot list. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. At least I get to sleep tomorrow morning. Not a lot, but a bit. And yeah, and then at some point during the next school week, we'll have the in-person Cannes team meeting. We will finally reveal our faces to each other. The chosen ones. Fucking Hunger Games. That's a bad comparison, because in Hunger Games everyone's trying to kill each other. But it's like, we're the chosen ones, and people have been following me, like Lily Tiger, or Tiger Lily, the British woman, and Garrett, this white guy with curly hair, who's like 3 years younger than me, and his same cohort as Colin, and Matt and Jayan also follow him. He followed me out of nowhere. So, yeah, things are taking shape. Things are taking form. I think it's good that I've spoken to that Indian guy Asir. And then I know Matt. Don't know if I can trust him. I know Colin. I know Tiger Lily. I already know, like, 4 other people in the group. So, it's like, it'll be fun. It'll be good. I'm so excited. Yeah. Adipta did not show up today at all. He's there. He was completely quiet yesterday, and for a split second I thought he, committed suicide, and now his dead body is just laying there. But no, he's very alive. So yeah. But hopefully things turn for the better. I do notice that he's wearing a white shirt last night. I think he changed his shirt for the first time in days. So that might be good, but I didn't really look at him much aside from that. But yeah, I'm gonna resume my YouTube shenanigans. And yeah, I'll make it through March. And also Jayan, She's still in Fresno as of now. But I still want to hang out with her. So we'll see. I want to at least ask her to show up to Cam's Fest if my thing does like premiere there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, time now is 2:33 p.m. on March 20th. Yeah, I slept from 4:45 to 12, and then I went back to sleep until 1:30, and then I continued to sleep until 2:30. So right now it's 2:30. Oh my god, my sore throat is getting worse and worse. I really hope this ends as soon as possible because I would hate to have a sore throat. Yeah. Aside from that, I woke up at 12 today because I had to see TA4 in person. I even booked a room at the library. But the first thing I did was to check my phone after I wake up, and I received a text from TA4 saying, "Hey, can we meet tomorrow instead? Because my cat got this disease, and I'm taking it to the doctor, and etc., etc." And I was like, "Oh wow, I hope your cat is okay." And originally I was gonna say no, because tomorrow I already had things planned, like the Zoom meeting and haircut and everything. But then I thought, you know what? It's possible. I can do it tomorrow. So I was like, how about 2 p.m. tomorrow? And he's like, sure. So, boom. So, I don't have to meet TA4 today then. So today ends up being extremely chill, and this means today I get to sleep. So I slept. I continue sleeping. And, yeah. Fuck. Why is my throat hurting so much? Yeah, so this means today I basically have nothing to do. I have a Zoom meeting at 7:30 p.m. and then immediately after that I would like to go to the gym. Um Okay, that was weird. So yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. Also another film festival I rejected Objects in Mirror, so that's really cool. But yeah, I don't care. Yeah, so this means I have more free time to finish movies and edit videos now, so that's cool. So I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. That's it. God damn it. Okay, time now is 1:45 a.m. in the morn. Nothing happened today. So I planned to do 3 things today, and that is the ALI meeting with TA4, Zoom meeting with for the music video, and then gym. None of those things happened. So again, I can't meet with TA4 because he texted me that his cat got hematophosia or something, which I don't really know what it means. Turns out it means blood and stool, which makes sense. Hemoglobin, yes. So I was like, I hope your cat's okay, and then he's like, how about we meet tomorrow? I'm like, sure. As for the Zoom meeting, at around 7 p.m. I got an Instagram DM from this person, and she said that I haven't gotten a confirmation from the other person, so let's just postpone it to tomorrow. And I'm like, I think I will be only free after like 10 p.m. tomorrow. And then at around 8:30 I went to gym. I mean, partially it's because I want to work out, because I want to have wider shoulders, but also because I want to know how late I can go in the gym. And I want to know how populated it's going to be, because there's a chance that I might sneak my camera into the gym and just film there, which is fucking crazy, but it is a possibility. So I took a free lift. I went to gym, and as it turns out, it's all black. The doors are closed. And my first thought was, well, fuck, I came all the way here. But it's okay, because it only took me like 5 minutes to come here anyways. But B, this is perfect. If I was inside there filming right now. So, I don't know. I came back home and I eventually did just a little bit of exercises on my yoga mat. Just a little bit, just burn a little calories. And then I had shower, had dinner, and then that's it. I think it's my 5th or 6th day in a row eating dinner at my own home, at my own bedroom. This is my home, yeah. So yeah, I just called my dad for the first time in months, and yeah, pretty much it. I think it's very important, especially because my dad's unemployed now. It might be tough on him. The fact that mom is always going outside working, and my brother's probably not calling my dad. I feel like I'm probably one of the few people who actually have the time to call him, if I have the time. But I'm gonna call my mom a little bit later. And then that's it. The only interesting thing that happened, and also the only human interaction I've had in person, is that when I was calling the Lyft to go back home after going to gym, false alarm, I was waiting in front of Target, and Christian was like, somebody was like, hey yo, and I looked up and it's Christian, and I'm like, whoa, Christian R. I ran into him again, and he's like, what have you been doing? How are you doing? And I was like, oh, well, I tried to go to gym, but it's closed. And he's like, well, you can use a Troy gym. And I'm like, okay. And then Christian R is shopping something in Target. He just met Katie's mom. And apparently Katie's parents don't speak a lick of English, which is crazy because Katie doesn't seem like like, for Korean Americans, there's a spectrum. There are Korean Americans who are more Korean than they're American, and they have an accent when they speak in English, and there are Korean Americans that don't speak any Korean. And I feel like Katie's on that other side, on the latter side. But her parents are true Korean immigrants. That's very fascinating. Anyways. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And then Christian was like, it's been months since I've had a meal at a restaurant. And then I told him, well, you're the first person I interacted with today. But like, it's not that big of a deal considering how much I go outside these days and how many people I have to speak to every single day. The fact that today I don't have to speak to anyone is kind of a blessing, actually. Usually I would think it's a curse, but now it's a rarity, which is great. And then I don't have that much else to speak about. At around 11 p.m., Jiayun texted me saying, "Thank you, I just came back home. Thank you for a sign, it's great." Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Now I want to use that as a leverage and ask Jiayun to help me find actors for Smooth Operator. And I genuinely don't know what to do with Smooth Operator. I think that's like a high priority now, in terms of the things I need to do in life. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I should do. The thing is, I'm only missing a couple of actors in one location. And then aside from that, I can shoot. I'm just missing those two. Those two things. Maybe Kaylin could be the actress, but that's a maybe. So yeah, Jim Lau on the other hand is free. And he's free on Sunday. So that's great. That's great freaking news. So I'm seeing Jim Lau this Sunday, and I don't even know where to film. So yeah, it's all up in the air. I'm probably gonna do some shot list later, actually. But yeah, don't know what to do with Smooth Operator. Oh yeah, and Professor finally read my script, and I'm sure he's baffled. It's supposed to be a 6-minute script, and the script is 9 pages long. And it's the most vile thing ever. And the only thing my professor has told me is there seems to be a lot of hazard. Eating eggs, raw eggs, lifting weights, etc. Please talk to the office and CC about this. But like, didn't you see that there's a fight scene at the end? And a masturbation scene in the beginning? I feel like those two scenes are the craziest. Of course I'm not going to make my main character drink raw eggs. It's going to be a close-up on his face and it's going to be orange juice. So, like, it's... Yeah. But yeah, it is... I'm excited to shoot Smooth Operator. I think it's going to be my most straightforward and violent script to date. And it's pure violence. No, spooky, psychological, not psychological at all. Just pure, unfiltered anger. So I'm really excited to do that. But yeah, I'm also at the same time. I also emailed someone as HKOS. I emailed this random person from this random distribution company called Palm Pictures to ask about the rights for PTU. I highly doubt they'll even get back to me. If anything, I could email L'Imaginaire Ritrovata and email them and ask them, have you sold the rights to the film to anyone? Because you guys restored that film. The freaking negative went through your machines, and then you have the freaking MP4. You have the freaking .avi file. Who did you give that file to? Or is it given to anyone? Don't know. But I would love to screen PTU. I have things to say about PTU. if I'm the moderator. Oh, speaking of which, I bought 2 movie tickets. So I bought the ticket to Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, and then I bought tickets to The Shrouds with David Cronenberg Q&A for Sunday, April 20th. I sent Justin T the screenshot. He read it, did not respond. So I'm assuming he's not interested, so I bought the ticket myself. And then I asked Michelle if she's interested. Michelle's like, just give me a moment. And then Michelle's like, why would I be interested in watching this anyways? So I guess I'm going there myself. But yes, I'm going to the Grove on April 20th to see David Cronenberg. I mean, even if the film's bad, I'm seeing a legend, okay? So yeah, I hope I get to see Bong Joon-ho on the 22nd. And if not, I get to see him on the 23rd anyways. Yeah. Not much else. Not much else. And of course, I'm excited about Cannes every single day. I'm excited about Cannes. It's actually happening. I'm a little nervous about what films are going to be in competition and what films are not. Which is crazy. Like, you'd think I would be nervous about it if I'm the person who submitted the film. If I'm a director whose film just got submitted to Cannes, like, I would be interested to know if it's rejected or not. Or if it's booted off into the director's fortnight. Or if it's moved to un certain regard. Un certain regard. Yeah. Yeah. I want to hang out with Jiayun. Like, yeah, she doesn't seem like my type, I'm going to be honest here. A lot about her is unlike Leslie. But I think I'm comparing apples with oranges here. I think I'm comparing, I don't know, a sponge cake with a poisonous mushroom. That's the difference between the two of them. In a lot of ways, Jiayun is closer to Mary than she is closer to Leslie, actually. But I don't know. She's nice, but she's also clumsy, actually. In some ways, she is. Either way, I'd like to run into her again. I'd like her to come to Camps Fest if my film premieres, which I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, signing off. Tomorrow's going to be a crazy day. Tomorrow's going to be an adventure. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a whole ass adventure. So, there's that. Okay, time now is 11:55 a.m. in the morning on March 21st. I slept from 5:40 to 11:40. So yeah, 6 hours. I didn't immediately fall asleep either. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. So I actually didn't plan to go to bed this late. But I suddenly decided to go to the bathroom last night. So yeah, I should really train myself to sleep earlier than 5 though tonight. Oh god, I'm tired, and my sore throat, it's still here. And it's still bad. Yeah, I've been having, like, runny nose, phlegm, just, going through something. But yeah, anyways, I'm waking up early today because today's gonna be a bit complicated. I'm going to be meeting TA4 over Zoom from 2 p.m. to 2:50. Just 50 minutes at the Levy Library. And then at 2:50 I have a religion Zoom meeting. So I'm gonna have that Zoom meeting in the library as well. And then right after that Zoom meeting, I will have an adventure and travel to Monterey Park to Zen Salon. And I will carry 20 something dollars in cash with me so that I could go there and have a haircut. And then I will come back home by Ubering to the nearest metro station, and then I'll take the metro back home. That's how I'm going to save money. The Uber fee will be expensive, but yeah, it is what it is. I need a haircut. I really desperately need one. Yeah. Still don't know what to do with Smooth Operator, but late last night at like 2 a.m. in the morning, some random girl DM'd me. This Chinese girl, who is friends with Cardin from Rit 340. She's like, oh, I'm interested in playing your are you still looking for an actress? I'm interested. And also I made a Reddit post, which I thought no one's gonna reply to. But somebody responded to me this morning. Miraculously. But we'll see. I also texted Jayon and asked her to recommend me someone. But, I don't know. What if Jayon doesn't read the text? But, yeah. It's not impossible. But it is gonna be tough. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna renew the lease. And, I'm so tired. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. After this Smooth Operator, I think I should start working on the Film 33 documentary again. I just have so much to work on. Yeah, Film 33 documentary. Yeah. Oh my god. Where the fuck is this? Haircut. All this for a haircut. We have arrived. That was fast. Okay, time now is 8:35 p.m. Yeah, look at my face, look at my head. I look like a completely different person now with a different personality. I'm like starving, so I'll do this and then I'll immediately have dinner. Um, I'm not feeling so well. My sore throat, I feel like it's just as bad as yesterday, if not worse. And I'm also having a lot of running nose. Not feeling great. And I'm just feeling a bit tired overall. But yeah, that's one thing. I woke up this morning, and even though it's like almost 6 hours, which is not the end of the world, it's still not enough. And I woke up and I'm supposed to meet TA4 at 2 p.m. I woke up at 12, and 2 hours is not enough for breakfast and lunch. It's definitely not enough at all. So, yeah. I didn't catch the 120 bus. I missed the 150 bus and I resorted to walking to school. And I arrived at the library at 2:15, and we ended up only meeting for 40 minutes from 2:15 to 2:55. We were at the Levy Library. So I walked to school, and on my way there I ran into Mitchell. It's so fucking crazy, and I'm not even like on campus. I'm like, it's like somewhere maybe a couple blocks away from the USC Village. I just keep running into people. It's psychotic, really. But it's great because I've been meaning to speak to Mitchell. And Mitchell's on a phone call. Like, I ran into him 3 times, and all 3 times he's on a phone call or something. So he's on a phone call, and I was in front of him, and then he's still behind me. Like, we dapped each other up, and then I was gonna wait for him to finish the call so that I could ask him questions, but we're not even going to the same direction. Like, he's heading towards the village, I'm heading towards the Levy Library. So I was just like, when I walked away, I was like, are you free next weekend? And he's like, oh, sorry, I gotta be a gaffer. And I'm like, okay. So that's it. So I went to the Levy Library and saw TA4, and right beside TA4, the table next to him, it's Bridget, the Singaporean girl. What? It's so crazy. Keep running into people. I saw her, and she didn't see me or something. I think she's like doing research on like ancient art or so, whatever, which is amazing. And I was just like, hi, and he's like, hi, and then that's it. And then yeah, we went into the room. This like emo girl with like black lipsticks was there, and I was like, oh well, I reserved this room. So she left. She almost lost her headphones, and then we sat down and we just rehearsed his presentation, his 1 minute, 1 slide PowerPoint presentation. I gave him some notes. We rehearsed again, and that's pretty much it. I don't know how am I gonna lie and pretend that this is a 2 hour long meeting. I really don't know how. But yeah. And then at 2:50, he left, and then I continued with my laptop. I went to Zoom, and I met with the religion advisor. And I guess she just assumed that I'm completely new to this minor. So I told her I already took 3 classes out of the 5 required classes. I asked him about what classes to take next semester, because a lot of the classes I want to take are not even open. And she's like, I don't even know. Like, I'm not told what classes are open or not. The thing with religion major or religion department is that about 70% of all of the classes won't even open. Like, because it's such a small major with so few students that, like, nobody really, like, something so niche, like, Christian mysticism is probably too niche. Only 5 students are going to take it. But I want to take it. I feel like, okay, I took that Jesus class. I learned quite a bit about Jesus. Intro to religion, I learned nothing. And that's it? That's all I'm going to study for Christianity in college? There's no way. I want to learn more. That can't be it. And same with Buddhism. Like, I learned a good deal about Buddhism in Asian art history, and then I'm learning a little bit about Buddhism here. I'm just not going to stop here. I still know nothing about Buddhism. Like, I can't just stop here. So I don't know. I think Zen and Taoist literature will help me learn more Buddhism, but I looked at the syllabus and only about half of it or 1/3 of it is about Buddhism anyways, so I'm not learning that much anyways. So it's like, wow, I'm really, like, a whole ass minor is still not enough for me to learn about these things. Like, I just gotta start reading books now, because university isn't giving me enough. Like, I'm sorry, but damn. Okay, I digress. It was a very fast meeting. It ended in like 10 minutes. So at 3 p.m., I was like, okay, it's adventure time. I'm going to go to Monterey Park. So my throat is hurting, and I forgot to bring a throat candy with me. Another thing is I'm beginning to have stomachache, which is crazy. I'm having one of those episodes again where I just magically have very bad stomach aches every single day for some reason. I think it could be anything. It could be the eggs, I didn't cook them through enough. It could be the lobster soup from Trader Joe's that's been sitting in my fridge for a bit too long. It could be the onion that's also been sitting in my fridge for way too long. But either way, I had a stomachache, but it kind of just vanished, you know? So I said goodbye to Bridget, and then I took a metro all the way to Atlantic Station, which is actually south of Monterey Park. So I didn't really know this because I don't go to Monterey Park often by myself, but Monterey Park is separated into two halves. There's north and there's south. There's a town center in the north and there's town center in the south, and the town center is literally just one street with a little bit more population and with a little bit more restaurants and stores. It's really dead. So the southern part is a more Latino, classic East LA kind of situation, and the northern part of Monterey Park is where you'll find all the Chinese and Cantonese population. So I went to Atlantic Station. I arrived pretty smoothly, and then I walked over to the bus stop pretty smoothly, and I took the bus, and at 4:20 p.m. I arrived at the barber shop, Zen Salon, and goddamn, I went in, and they're quick, they're snappy. I went in, and an old woman saw me, and she spoke to me in Mandarin at first, and then later English, and then I later responded in Cantonese, and then she started speaking to me in Cantonese. But she's more of a Chinese person. But yeah, she was like, wash your hair? And I'm like, sure. So I put down my bag and immediately had a hair wash. I did not need to wait at all. And then I immediately had the haircut. And oh my god, this haircut is super speed. It's insanely fast. Yeah, it's insanely fast haircut. For one, I'm really scared that my hair is going to be messed up by this haircut, by the way, because my hair is particularly tricky to deal with. But at the same time, I'm like kind of giving up, because the thing is, I don't care if I turn out ugly after this haircut. All I want is a change. Like, I just need to look different from how I used to look in the last few months. I just want to change. And I tried to look for a photo of, oh, my running nose, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I tried to look for a photo of my hair, and the barber I went to in Hong Kong, his diagram, his little doodle of how to cut my hair, which is not that much, it's just 2 lines. But I don't know how much that would help the barber that I'm going to, and also I can't even find that photo. So I genuinely don't know. So I went in and I just said, just shorter here, and then keep the sides long, but it could still be, more thin. And that's all I said. And I just completely trust this woman who I don't think I had cut my hair before. The thing is, I've been to the dental salon twice. Once in 2022 and once in 2023. And no, twice in 2022, and that's it, I think. Yeah. So I just let her do her thing, and I'm just gonna completely place my trust in her. She was like, okay, I got it, and then she just started cutting, and I'm just like, okay, well, my hair is your canvas now. So yeah, this is what happened. This is way shorter than I had expected, which, yeah, especially this, my right side here is like spiking, which I think is a bad thing. So right now it's still fine, but I'm sure in a few days it's gonna look horrendous. I think this side is fine, way more smooth. But this side is spiking, as you can see. But regardless, I think the fact that my hair is going through a change is a good thing. And I don't know. There's room to improve. You know, in May I'll come back and we'll see. Right before Con, I'll come back. But yeah, so it was so fast. Like 3:30 p.m. done. I paid $22 in cash. It was supposed to be 25, and the woman's like, "Oh, because you're good, 20." And then I paid some tips. And then she, I think, jokingly said, "Oh, 22 is too low." But yeah, so I called a Lyft and went to Atlantic Station. $17, $18. Yeah, wow. Thank God I'm smart, because if I'm stupid, I would take the Lyft back home directly, and that would probably cost $30-something. $30 to and from, it's gonna be 70-something plus the 22, $90-something just for haircut is too much, obviously. So the fact that I only spent 17 for transportation today is already quite expensive. Impressive, but expensive. But yeah, I arrived at Atlantic Station and I took the metro. I overshot by one stop. I had to walk 10 minutes-ish back into the zone, called a free Lyft, went back home, and here I am. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much else is going on. I'm still doing pre-production for Smooth Operator, which surprisingly 2 people responded to me on Reddit, seeing my ISO post looking for actors, and they were genuinely interested, which is crazy, because the thing is, this isn't that crazy. The idea of finding actors on Reddit seems like an insane thing, but for Love and Death and for The World Is Not Enough, literally 2 short films that I'm most proud of, I use Facebook. And Emily Ng is a perfect cast, and Mel Lau, who is in The World Is Not Enough, is also pretty good. It's okay. But like, if in Hong Kong I can use Facebook, I could definitely use Reddit here. So yeah, and then I texted a lot of people today. Texted Kaylin, this Chinese girl to DM me, you know, etc. Just a lot is up in the air, but I am not that scared about the casting situation anymore. I think anything's possible. I'm more scared about location. I just spent a lot of time on the metro just making the shot list. There's nearly 60 shots in the short film, but again, anything's possible. Anything's possible. I can do 60 shots in 2 days. That's totally possible. And that's not counting the dad flashback, which I'm going to film this Sunday. And I don't even know what the location will be. I'm thinking Christian's apartment, because I remember there's a shelf there, and if I could get hit by Jim Lau and then move the camera, pan to the shelf, I think that would be nice. But Christian's not reading texts. I may have to surprise call him again. I hate doing that. Yeah. And then not much else. I still want Glenn to cameo in it. I want a lot of people to cameo in it. I also spoke with Mitchell. So Mitchell DM'd me a little bit later saying, "Oh, sorry, I was in a call when I saw you earlier today." And I was like, "Oh, it's okay." By the way, like, do you know how to contact Eric O? And Mitchell told me to contact another girl by the name of Sarah Fan, who I think I've seen before, I just never spoke to. So, yeah, lots of connections, lots of weird shit going on. And that's pretty much it. But the more I finish the shot list of Smooth Op, I'm gonna do the schedule maybe tomorrow. But I'm on a good track though. And the thing is, Smooth Operator is in a lot of ways more problematic than Remain in Light, but in a lot of ways simpler. Because there are fewer locations and the actors don't have to change their clothes constantly, unlike Vivian, who had to change like 5 times during Remain in Light. So in a lot of ways, this film is gonna be easier, I feel like. It's just a location, and also the fact that I don't have a functioning tripod, a huge issue. And also the fact that I need to immediately color it, edit it, and color it within the next week is a bit of an issue. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that is the third last day of spring break. Tomorrow I'm excited because I'm going to the Academy Museum with Justin T and co. Justin T's not reading my messages on Instagram. He is not. So I don't know what the plan is. Tomorrow I'll line up myself if I have to. And then Sunday I already have Parasite in 4K. So I'm going to that one. And then, yeah. And then that's it. And then, yeah, so Sunday I'll be filming Jim Lau. And it'll probably take half an hour to an hour. Probably less. Like 20 minutes maybe, and then I'll immediately have dinner or have lunch and then quickly go over to the Academy Museum. I'll be missing the HKOS Zoom meeting, that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to add. After Smooth Operator, I'm done with directing. Of course there's the 290, but like, it's not going to be that difficult with 290. If there's a producer, the producer can do most of the work. I only need to care about the actual directing itself. The Smooth Operator is going to be the last film I'll have to break my brain and slash my skull apart for until maybe 2026. But yeah, not much else. No news in the Con WhatsApp group, no news about Con in general. And I'm gonna call my mom later. Yeah.